Hello, my name is Daryl Martin with ApexTraderFunding.com, the ultimate choice for trader funding. And I think you're going to love what we have to present here. I think we've looked at a lot of different programs. We made the best program available. And I got to put up, common risk disclosures. There's risk involved in trading. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. All right, so let's talk about challenges and needs. Challenges. Why do people want funding? Okay? They have enough funds. They don't, maybe you don't have enough funds to trade. Maybe you have enough funds, but not to trade the size that you want to trade. Maybe you're nervous of risking savings and funds, even if you have money. Like, you just don't want to risk your savings. Maybe you're worried about random news events causing instant volatility. Maybe you're worried about blowing up your account, or you've blown up accounts before, and you don't want to have to refund those accounts and put more and more money in. Maybe you're worried about exchange margin changes, where, the CME, they can literally just raise the margins in the middle of the day if things get volatile, and it can knock you out of a position. Maybe you've tried other funding companies and random rules were knocking you out. Anybody in here tried other funding companies before? All right, so quite a few of you. All right, and there's a lot of companies out there, and I'm not going to knock any of them, but I am going to talk about sort of some of the differences. I'm going to talk about a lot of that at the end. But you got Top Step, who has a ton of rules that can knock you out. You got Earn to Trade, who you have to trade. But also Top Step has 2 trading things you have to go through. You got Earn to Trade, who you have to go through 15 trading days and has all sorts of rules. And you have You Profit, which promises you fast payouts, but it also has daily drawdowns and scaling, which will knock you out if you just accidentally double click. And all of a sudden you get an extra contract and you failed your account. Or you hit the daily drawdown, even though they have this what they call end of day drawdown. Sounds all great until you realize that you have a daily drawdown, and that can knock you out of your account. Maybe you've traded with Lilu, and I've recommended a lot of people to Lilu, and I think they're a great company. They have, I love the owner, and I've worked with the customer service there. I've pulled out a ton of money from them. So as far as that, nothing bad to say about the company, but they recently made a policy change that I did not agree with. And that is one of the main reasons why I decided to go ahead and start a funding company. And that reason is they decided to put in a cap on account payouts. And in their contract, it actually states, if you have 6 contracts or 6 accounts of 50,000, they can cap you at 50,000. Meaning, if you make 50,000 per account, you only get 50,000. I don't know if y'all knew that, but that's in there. Now, to their credit, they don't put it anywhere on their FAQs. They don't put it in their contract. But if you ask them, they'll say, well, if you're not a maverick trader, you're not trading crazy, not too many resets, as long as they can follow you, then they won't cancel your account. But they canceled me, and they limited me to $50,000 on 3 accounts. The max I could make was $50,000 after I got my last big payout. And I even offered to put up the total risk cash, all the risk for 6 accounts, and they still would not let me do it. So, they didn't cancel me. They made me start over with 3 $50,000 accounts. And apparently I was too wild of a trader, and then they couldn't get me copied for whatever reason, couldn't or wouldn't. And that is why I started a new funding company, because, some of y'all, you're here to trade, make a little money, pull it out, and start your own. But some of y'all want to make a lot of money and want to keep risking somebody else's money instead of yours. So, yeah, like I said, they're great people, and that's their policy change. That's their business model, and there's nothing wrong with that. I wish they would put it up front on their website. But, that's Lilu who did that. And like I said, the people are good. They do pay out, but they put in that cap on payouts. And so if you haven't seen me trade with as many accounts, that's why. But again, I'm not trying to knock anybody, and I think they're great. I just, didn't agree with that policy. So I wanted to let y'all know that. Why did I have to start over? Because I hit the cap on the payout. I hit the $300,000. So, like I said, maybe you tried other funding companies. Random rules knocked you out. In my case, it was making, too much in a way that they didn't like. So, there's that. What are the needs? Well, you don't want to have the downside risk, but you want the upside potential. You want a simple reset option if you blow your account versus having to deposit funds into an account. And we've made our resets really simple. When you sign up, and by the way, when you do sign up at apextraderfunding.com, you will have to sign up. You can't log in with your Apex Investing username. You'll have to sign up with a new username because it's a new website. Okay? Also, you want that better psychological advantage. It's like the benefit of demo of not losing all your money with the benefit of live of being able to make money. So those are the challenges and needs of having a funding company that works for you. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about how does getting funded work? What are the rules? How does the trailing drawdown work? And I'm probably going to pull out a whiteboard because trying to explain it in written format is just too confusing. What are the payouts? And you're going to love our payout structure. And how does Apex compare to other funding companies? As well as what instruments can you trade? Okay? And I'll show you how to sign up. I'll show you how to set up. All that stuff that you need to know. Okay? So with that, how does getting funded work? Well, you sign up for an evaluation account on apextraderfunding.com with the size you want, ranging from $25,000 to $300,000. Okay? We have 8 different plans. You immediately will get your username and log in by email. You'll also have it on the website, so you don't have to find that email when you want to log in again or you change computers. It'll be saved right there in your members area. Okay? In addition to that, there's a page that will have it on there. So, like, we put it all over the place. Like, as soon as you sign up, you get it. In the email, you get it. On the account page, you get it. And there's a how to set up Rhythmic and Ninja where you get it as well. You'll want to activate your login. And this is important. When you set up your first account, you'll want to give it about 5 minutes to become active. Which means, and it's active when you've signed into Rhythmic and you've done the 2 agreements where you say, I agree, and where you say, I'm non-professional. I mean, some of you may be professional, but there's a lot larger data fee with that, so make sure you are before you choose professional. A note, you don't put up any funds. You just purchase the evaluation account you want, and when funded, you pay the $85 a month funded account performance fee. Okay? Again, you don't put up any funds. You don't have to put up any risk funds. All data and all fees are included for non-professional traders. So they are included. You can use it on over 20 platforms. Not just Ninja, but other platforms as well. Even though Ninja is our preferred platform and it's the only one we really support, we do allow you to use it on up to 20 different platforms. And we provide you a free license key. And if you switch over to Apex, you're going to want to put in our license key inside of Ninja, which we give you on the website right when you sign up in your email, all that. You'll put that in to be able to use it with it. Now, if you have your own license key, you can trade your own personal account, plus you can trade a funded account. Okay? So, now what platforms does it work on? It works on NinjaTrader.com 7 and 8. Works on RTrader Pro, which we give you for free as well. It also works on Addis, Jigsaw, Bookmap, Linsoft, Motiveware, Optimus Futures, Multicharts, Quantower, Agena Trader, Overchart, Trade Navigator, Volfix, Tiger Trade Soft, TS Lab Pro, Quick Screen Trading, QScalp, Blue Water Trading Solutions, Sierra Charts, and MedVed Trader. So quite a few platforms that you can use it on. So how does getting funded work? Again, once you've signed up, you literally just open it up, log into Rhythmic first, and once that's done, then you can sign up for as many accounts as you want, and you can begin trading. You have a minimum of 10 trading days that must be traded. Those 10 trading days don't have to be sequential. You can take as many days as you want to qualify. If it takes you 60 days, that's fine. If it takes you 90, that's fine. If it takes you 12, that's fine. You just have to trade on 10 separate trading days or more and reach your profit goal. Once you hit your profit target, without hitting your max loss live trailing drawdown, and you've met your 10 trading days, you get funded. Now, you don't have to send us a report. We have a report in the back end that tells us that you've passed it. And within 2 business days or less, probably less, we'll send you an email with a electronic contract to sign and a link to pay for your performance account. So we automatically track that in the back end for you. Okay? You can trade 23 hours a day from 6 p.m. to 4:59 p.m. on futures markets that are open 23 hours a day. You got to close any open positions before 4:59. We have no daily drawdown limits or scaling size requirements. And that's it. There are no other rules. And I'll show you how we differ from other trading companies here in a little bit, including Lulu. Now, what if you fail the evaluation? Our reset fee is only $80, so you can reset your balance and your drawdown back to the start. What if you pass? Again, you'll be sent a simple email contract, and you'll have a link to pay the account performance fee. You do it within 2 business days or less. Once both are complete, we'll activate your account within 2 days or less. Okay? Now, what are the payouts? This is one of the biggest things that makes us different. Once funded, we actually pay you the first $10,000 of profit at 100%. So that's, I think that's more than anybody else out there, but it's at least more than most. After that, we pay out 90% of the profit to you. I haven't seen any other company that offers 90% of your profit. So we only keep 10% of the profit. You keep 90% of the profit. So how does the max trailing drawdown work? Well, I have a whole thing on here that goes, if you start with this balance, you do this. If you do this, you do this. How would y'all like it if I just show you? Let me bring up a whiteboard, because it's a lot less confusing than reading all that mess. So give me 1 second here. Bring out the good old whiteboard. All right, can everybody see that? Awesome. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you're using a $50,000 account, and that the profit goal is $3,000. And the max loss is $2,500. And this is on the evaluation. After the evaluation, I'll go over the funded company. Okay? So you start over here at $50,000. Okay? Then let's say, now that would put your stop down here at $47,500. Or $2,500 below $50,000. Then, let's say you make $500. So now you're at $50,500. Let's see if there's anything on there. And then, so what's going to happen is it's going to go up to $48,000. Now let's say you lose $100. Now you're at $50,400. Now it's going to stay at $48,000. It doesn't go down. It stays, and it moves only upwards from your highest point of profit. Now let's say you go up and you make $1,000, and it gets up here to, say you make 1,100. and you get up here to 51,500, but it comes back down and you close it at 51,000. Then what it's going to do is it's going to move up to 2,500 behind 51,500. So now you're going to be at 49,000. So 2,500 behind the highest number. Now you get up to 53,000. Using the wrong color there. And it's going to trail on up to 51,500. And you've passed the performance account. All right, can everybody see that? Does that make sense? Let me see if I can see the questions here. So I'll let everybody look at that. Let me go over it again. If you had 50,000, you start at 2,500, below it at 47,500. You make $500, it moves up to $2,500 below that at 48,000. You lose $100, it moves down to 50,400 on your balance, but your trailing stop stays at 48,000. You make $1,100, but you close it out at 51,000. It stays at 2,500 below the highest value you had in the open trade. And then you get to 53,000 at 51,500, and you've met your profit goal. You just got to trade your 10 trading days. Does that make sense? So it's intraday. One of the things about, I know some of them use like the term pro drawdown and stuff like that, or end of day drawdown. The bad thing about that is you have a daily limit. And if you hit that daily limit, even though it doesn't trail on there, if you hit that daily limit, you fell. And that daily limit is much smaller. Also, you may not have scaling on your evaluation on those companies, but you have, if you're supposed to only trade 2 contracts in the PA and you accidentally trade 3, you fell. So you sort of got to pick your poison. The end of the day is nice, but the fact is you got 2 more ways to knock you out faster with the daily drawdown and with the scaling knockout. Let's see here. And you can trade multiple funded accounts at the same time. Now, it works different and better on this. Now, notice that it went up to 51,500 when you were at 53,000 on the evaluation account. Well, instead of making it harder on the funded account, we make it easier. Okay? So, again, there it goes. You start at 50,000. You get funded. You have a PA account. And your stop's at 47,500. Okay? And it works the same. You make $500. You're at 50,500. And it moves up to 48,000. You lose 100. It stays at 48,000. You make 1,100, but you close it out 100 below that at 51,000, even though you got up to 51,500, and it moves up to 48,000. Is that right? Yeah. So it moves up to 2,500 below that, so that would be 49,000. I'm sorry. Now here's the really cool thing. Once you make more, like you make 53, 55, 60, whatever, when it moves up, it'll stop forever at 50,100. It'll stop at whatever your risk was, $2,500. when you get $2,500 above that, so once you get to 52,600, it'll stop at 50,100. So whatever your risk is, it'll stop trailing at $100 plus your starting balance on a performance funded account. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, let me put this down and get back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, if you're up $300 and the market pulls back, it's still going to move up $300. But you don't have a daily drawdown. All right. And then one question was, do you have to have Apex Investing membership to have Apex Trader Funding membership? No, you do not. So there you go. There's your answer, Leonard. You can trade micros on any account up to the maximum contracts allowed. All right. To see it written out, let's say you start with 50,000, you have a $2,500 max loss, so it starts at 47,500. Your account cannot go below the threshold dollar amount of 47,500. You make $500, you're at 50,500, and your threshold level is 2,500 behind 50,500, making it 48,000. If you lose $100 and your balance is at 50,400, your threshold will still be at 48,000, 2,500 below 50,500. Then it goes up 600, putting your balance at 51,000, but you will close it with a $500 profit. Then your balance is at 59,000, but your trailing stop is 2,500 behind the highest balance of 51,000. So if you're in a performance funded account, your trailing drawdown stops at $100 plus the starting balance. So once you're at 52,600 on a $50,000 account, your drawdown no longer goes past 50,100. So let's see here. So there are normal commissions. We post those on our site, and they're not inflated. They're normal values. They're actually the deepest discount we can give. And like I said, there are other companies out there that have an end-of-day drawdown, but they have a daily drawdown that will hit you. They also have the scaling. So if you go one contract over, you get knocked out. So the end-of-day drawdown sounds great until you realize that you can get knocked out by a daily drawdown or by scaling. So you got to choose one or the other. And we chose the one that doesn't make two additional rules that knock you out. Let's see. How do we compare to others? We pay out 100% of the first 10,000. Most pay less. 90% of the payout after the first 10,000. So we're going to pay out 90% of the profits. It's a simple one-step, 10-day evaluation. Some require multiple steps or multiple days. Again, it's only 10 days. Most require more than 10 days. You can trade as many counts as you want. Most companies limit you to just one or two. No scaling, so you can trade with up to full contracts and you don't fail for going over. It'll just reject your order if you try to go over versus fail you out. So with the same account, you don't have to worry about scaling because we let you trade max contracts when you're ready. There's no daily drawdown to worry about. Again, some companies offer end-of-day drawdown, but they have daily drawdowns and they have scaling and they lure you with really fast payouts, but they make it easier to fail faster. We have no minimum trading requirements. Like, you don't have to trade once per week like some companies have. You know, if you want to go on vacation, go on vacation. We have no minimum profit requirements. If you don't have to make a certain amount each week. Some companies actually require that you make a certain amount each week or they fail you. So other ways that we compare to others, you can trade more contracts per plan. Our plans let you trade more contracts than anyone else that we're aware of. A lower cost. Our plans have a lower cost on a regular basis, more than most other funding companies. We give you a free NinjaTrader key. Some companies have you buy your own. Now, you can use your own key to trade your own account, plus a funded or multiple funded accounts. In other words, you can use your own key to trade your own account that you have, say, with Ninja, plus you could trade multiple other funded accounts at the same time with your own key. Now, you don't have to have a multi-broker key for that. Now, if you do have a multi-broker key, you can trade multiple funded companies if you have a multi-broker key. Choose Rhythmic on one and Rhythmic for NinjaTrader brokerage on the other. However, it's important to note, if you have owned a multi-broker key prior to January 15, 2014 is the only way that you can do this. If you bought a multi-broker key after that, you can't do it. We provide free links to education, paid education, trade rooms, and tools from a variety of sources. You can trade on holidays. There's no restrictions on trading on holidays. You can trade during the news. So some companies, restrict you on holidays and restrict you from trading during the news. We have the option to add on, in addition, if you want to subscribe to an unlimited DOM for depth of market or a second login option, you can add that on as well. Real-time data is included, non-professional data. Some require you to pay for data. We let you trade on 20-plus platforms. NinjaTrader is our preferred platform and the only one we provide technical support for, but you can trade on 20-plus platforms. They're listed in our FAQ. Just search platforms. You're allowed to scalp. Some companies require your entry and exit must be 10 seconds apart. There's no lifetime max cap on how much you can withdraw. Some companies have a max lifetime withdrawal. Let's see here. You do not have to lease or buy Ninja. We give you a free key where you can trade on Ninja. Now, equity futures. Now, somebody asked about micros. I mean, if you want to trade more than 10 micros, you're paying a lot of exchange fees. You're paying a lot of commissions. So if you want to trade more than 10 micros, just trade another mini. Like, there's no other reason not to. Let's see here. I'll be answering questions again at the end. We got equity futures here. You got the S&P, the Nikkei, the NASDAQ, Dow, Midcap, Russell 2000. You can trade interest rate futures like the Euro dollar, the 2, 5, 10, 30-year note, and ultra bonds. You can trade energy futures like oil, natural gas, E-mini natural gas, heating oil, New York Harbor. You can trade ag futures like hogs, cattle, corn, wheat, soybeans. You can trade metal futures like gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium, mini silver, and gold. You can trade the micro futures like MES, MYM, MNQ, micro gold, the micro FX, micro crude. So that is literally everything that you can trade. Okay? That is all the instruments you can trade. We have those listed on the site at apextraderfunding.com as well. So, how do you sign up? You choose your plan. You just go to apextraderfunding.com. Whoops, I'm logged in there. And you'll scroll down and you'll select what plan that you want. And notice we have a lot of plans for you to choose from with all the details on them. Now, if you have questions, we do have a help section. Now, I'm going to go through questions here in a little bit on a separate part of the webinar that'll be different from this video. But you can go over here. We also have an FAQ section at the top. And you can type in your question, or we have a whole database full of questions. You can submit a help desk ticket if you can't find the answer to your question. And then, of course, you can use trading. Like we have a link to trading tools, which we'll be adding more as other companies come on. Okay? Now, once you sign up, it'll come in. Give it 5 minutes. Okay? You'll see at the bottom what will happen is when you sign up at the bottom, you'll see your login information. You'll also notice right here, we show you the login information on your dashboard. So you can always find your username and password. You'll also be able to find your Ninja key and your Rhythmic setup information right here. And this will have your login, your username, your password, your Ninja key. All that stuff is on that page. Okay? So, just give it 5 minutes for that first one to pop up. All right? Once you're able to log into Rhythmic, which what you'll do, let me go over here and I'll show you. You'll download Rhythmic, like it says in the instructions. And you're going to choose turn market data off. Put in your username and your password. Choose Rhythmic Paper Trading Chicago area. One of the biggest mistakes people make. Choose Rhythmic Paper Trading Chicago area. And choose Remember Me so you don't have to type it in every time. And then click Login. All right? That'll log you in. And it'll pop up with 2 questions. Now again, this may take up to 5 minutes when you set it for your first account. Let's see, it's logging me in right now. It's popped up. So it'll ask you 2 questions to agree to. You gotta click on them, scroll down, agree, and then choose non-professional if you're non-professional, which most of you are. And you'll see your accounts, you'll see your PA accounts, all that. And we have an area where if you click Trader Dashboard, you'll see everything, including your max drawdown. Okay? Your threshold. And then you can also see your recent orders. And you can also click on, let's see, where's the other, we have another button on here somewhere. The Apex order history. So you can see your order history by account and by date. Now, once you've got Rhythmic set up, you'll download NinjaTrader, and under Help License Key, you'll click on that and you'll put in the license key. And then you'll go to Connections. You'll hit Configure. You'll choose Rhythmic for NinjaTrader Brokerage. And you'll enter your username, your password, and you're going to choose Rhythmic Paper Trading Chicago. Not the aggregate data, the regular one. Rhythmic Paper Trading Chicago. Don't click the plugin. Just put in your username and your password and hit apply. Once you've done that, then you'll see it. And you can hit My Rhythmic for NinjaTrader Brokerage. And then that will connect you and log you in. So right now I only have one login because I'm on Rhythmic also. But that is how the setup process works. Now, once you've got into your first account, you can sign up for as many accounts as you want. All right, so the next step is to go to apextraderfunding.com and choose your plan. Click Start Now. Again, if you are an Apex Investing member, you can't log in with your Apex Investing username and password. You could use that same username and password, but you have to sign up and create a new account. Okay? And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.